Thrilled to welcome a 19-time Grand Slam champion to our desk. Congratulations, Roger, once again. We saw you months ago in Australia, and you told us the 17 are over here, 18 kind of stands alone. What do you do with 19? 19, I don't know. It just feels good. It's like so many records were broken here during this championships. I didn't even know all the things I did. So now that it's all done, it's just a great feeling, you know, because this feels totally different to the Australian Open, where I was put the favourite ahead of the tournament, whereas in Australia I was not at all. So how quickly things can change, and that I was able to bring it home at the end, I don't know. It's crazy moments in my life, and I can't believe I've won again. We know you travelled for a couple of months with the Australian Open trophy. It seemed to go everywhere with you. Is that true? So the thing was about the Australian Open trophy is we finally get the original size trophy. Oh, is that right? Yeah. Because so, it's no smaller replicas. So back in the day, you used to get small replicas like this. You would look like, where is it? You know? And you're like, I've done all this work to take this thing home. I was a bit disappointed, to be quite honest, back in the day. And so, they gave you the real size? So this year now, since a few years, they give the original size. So when I took that home, that trophy home, I was like, oh my God. People were really pumped and very excited to see it, more excited to see the trophy than me. So I was like, you know, I'm taking it to the snow, I'm bringing it to show friends. Right. And the Wimbledon trophy, the replica we get now, is 75% of the size of the original one. Okay, so, do you have plans for it? Take it around? Maybe I should parade it around a little bit. No.
Did you sense today in the first game, you know, he hit a ball, bounced it to the net, 3 forehand miss. Did you sense he was a bit nervous, or did you see something in his movement that you sensed that you could take advantage of early?
Funny enough, I still don't know what his problem is, because I haven't asked anybody exactly what it was. A blister, okay. So I couldn't tell in his movement if he was struggling to his right or his left, and then he was serve and volleying. Okay, which then makes sense. If he was struggling going side to side, why not serve and volley? Because moving forward maybe is easier. I'm not sure, but because I couldn't tell, it didn't affect me, to be honest, and because I wasn't actually looking over to see what he was doing on the change of ends. I just thought he was dizzy the first time around when he called the doctor, because that's why you call the doctor, or because of a painkiller. But then at 3-love, when he called the physio as well, and he did all of the retape, I just felt like maybe he was just buying a bit of time to, you know, slow things down a little bit. But I didn't actually, because I couldn't tell. I think my experience helped me through that part, and I heard he also cried at the change events, which if I would have seen that would have maybe rocked my boat. But because I didn't see it, actually, I think it helped, actually, not seeing it.
So what are you thinking at 2 sets to love? Because you've been in this position many times before. Were you getting ahead of yourself too much? Because, you know, normal circumstances, you're probably thinking, okay, I've got this. Right. But it's a Grand Slam final, it's Wimbledon. You can't really afford to let those thoughts creep in. Yeah,
and drizzles can come in, and you know, it could be back and forth. And because I didn't know what his problem was, I didn't know if maybe he was going to come back after a rain delay stronger. And actually, I was telling myself at 2 sets to love and 2-all, I'm going to lose this third set, because I've never won Wimbledon not dropping any sets at all. So I was like, so clearly I'm going to drop the third set, and so that was my mindset, not being negative.
Take the pressure off.
Maybe to take the pressure off, but I was just like, for me, as I was missing opportunities, you know, early on to maybe get the crucial break in the third. I told myself, well, it's normal actually to maybe be broken and lose the set, and I think that relaxed me too. And I kept with my game plan, and actually realized that I was always able to put him into difficult positions. And it was good.
And you know who the last player was to actually go through Wimbledon without dropping a set? Do you know who that is?
Oh, wasn't it Bjorn Borg, maybe?
That's right. Do you know the year?
70...
You're pretty good with this stuff.
76. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for helping me out.
So, well, speaking of your game, this entire tournament, you were never down.
Yeah.
And tell me how that frees your game up, and what are you doing differently now than when you won here the first time?
Well, the first time, I mean, those were different times. I was coming in into...
I was coaching against you.
Right. I came into Wimbledon having lost the French Open first round. So I was not planning to win Wimbledon. What I remember going through between Paris and Wimbledon, do not read any press, because people start to really get to me and tell me, like, ooh, this guy's talented, but no good when it comes to, you know, the crunch time. And so I didn't read any press, and I went on to win Halle. Andy won Queens, and then we met in the semis here. And actually, I really blocked my back as well against Lopez on the old court too, in the warm-up. And I thought, okay, so Wimbledon, that's over. And I kind of won in 3 sets somehow. And I was able to recover because I was young and started to feel better as the tournament progressed. And I played Schalken in the quarters, who was also hurt himself, like similar, I think, like what Marion had was blisters. Anyway, long story short, I played a great semis and a great finals, but it's all more a blur because it was all so new for me. So this time around, I just feel like, because I've been there so many times, you know, you go through the same routines, you know what you have to do, what you shouldn't be doing. And because I'm older, I just need more downtime. I just need to relax more. I can't be so active like I used to be. So, yeah, it's a long time ago, 14 years ago. I hardly remember a thing.
It's just amazing, your memory of every match that you have in tournament runs. And you often point to the most important match you won here was when you beat Pete Sampras, and one of your fondest memories, and now you surpassed Pete Sampras.
Yes, and that's strange for me because Pete was my hero growing up, besides Ed Berg especially. So to see Ed Berg cheering for me from the Royal Box, that was cool, you know. Like, first I was cheer for him, now he's cheering back for me. Same thing was like Rod Lavers. It's unbelievable. And the Pete match, I didn't understand in the moment itself what a stepping stone or milestone that was in my career, and which led me to so many other moments, because I had no business beating Pete that year. I was ranked top 30 maybe. Pete was going for his 5th. And I mean, I got lucky in the 5th somehow and played great. I did play great, but Pete was not playing at his very best, and he made some crucial errors that he shouldn't have, and which allowed me to stay in the game or go ahead in the game. And then margins were so slim that all of a sudden he lost that match. But that was truly a very important match looking back for the rest of my career, really.
Well done today.
Yeah. You stand alone now, number 8. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.